like this, don't come in a box score. Keenan with the Kel, just give me the rock more. Weather off the glass, nothing but the net. I'ma get you set, pick and roll, we can go with the whole four. Dick Vitale, look at diaper dandy. NCAA with the great handy.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Courtside Podcast. I'm your host, Sam. With me today, I got my homeboys from around the way, day one. My boy, Ray Bishop. What's good, bro?
What's up?
How's it going?
I mean, it's going all right. How you doing, man?
I'm sure. Still a little salty that you guys kicked it without me over the weekend, but it's cool, though.
Well, that's your fault. You always working.
Y'all come on my weekends that I tell you I gotta work, but it's cool, though. It's cool.
You didn't say anything, but all right. We didn't do much. We just loitered in DC, to hang around.
The usual.
We rented scooters, right around the monuments.
Right. I feel you. But before we get started, I'm gonna tell you something. I need you to admit that back in the day, y'all was not giving change if we missed the budget on the 7th.
Wait. No. You tripping. No, like if you call for it, okay, you get the ball back and you can make a layup and you pass it back out. Like if you just miss it, you can't get it back. But if you call for a layup.
If I just missed, okay. So I had to call for my layup. Okay, so
you have to call for your layup. Yes.
Okay, so I was about to say, y'all boys ain't never give me change back in the day.
No, that's because you miss and you just stand there. You're like, you have to call for it.
I don't call for it.
As you're running towards the basket, like
as I'm running towards the basket. Okay. Yeah. So you saying on 6 or 7 when y'all was giving change, when people call for it?
If you do a layup, yes.
I don't believe you. But
you have to hit certain requirements.
Yeah,
in order to get your change back.
Okay,
you gotta have certain requirements.
Okay, maybe I just wanted when y'all was giving change, right? Meet the requirements. It's
okay. I mean, you know best, though. You miss too much, so
Oh man. Whatever. But you a Knicks fan. So actually why are you a Knicks fan?
Yeah, that's a hard question to ask. I mean, I just, I picked Melo from the beginning. Like he just I there's no real answer to that question. I just picked him when I was young. Why are you a Celtics fan?
Why am I? Because I like them.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. We're from middle of Virginia where there's no sports team at all.
Yeah, and nobody was being a Wizards fan. So
yeah, no one. So when you get on 2K, you just pick a team. Like everyone picking LeBron. I was like, oh, I'm picking Melo. And
you was picking Melo. You was picking before he got to the Knicks too.
I mean, I was, but when he got to the Knicks, that's when I really started using him. Like, that's when I really got into basketball and everything. And I was like, oh, that's my guy Melo. I use him in 2K. And he played for the Knicks, and Knicks my team.
Makes sense. I remember when we used to do fantasy draft, you was always pick Melo with your first pick.
Always. But he was nice back then. He's still all right, but he was nice back then.
He's just a role player now.
But I mean, we doing all right now in the Knicks. I mean,
we're gonna come back. Y'all back, ain't it?
I believe so. You won't believe me, but I say it's all because of Emmanuel Quickly.
All because of Emmanuel Quickly.
All because of Emmanuel Quickly.
I mean, you look at the before and after, it makes sense. It's hard, to argue.
It was like I watched preseason basketball last year, right? It was like the same old Knicks, right? Then Emmanuel Quickly checked in. The whole team turned around. Yeah. No, he bring an energy with him, and he could shoot.
He can shoot.
And about the Knicks, they have no scoring whatsoever. Like they have a problem, shooting the basketball.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you actually have someone on the team that can shoot, it was like, okay, wait a minute, you're doing something now.
I watched Quickly in college. He couldn't shoot that his freshman season at UT. Then he came back the next year like a sniper out the blue.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
People just they were talking about him it was like if he released the ball, they assumed it's going to go in.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
So that freshman year, I used to watch him. But this kid is athletic. Well, he can't really shoot or do much offense. He came out the next year just drained. I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah. The thing is, is he a point guard or a shooting guard? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but
I think he's more of a shooting guard, but he just a little small. He's 6'2".
Yeah, exactly. He played like a shooting guard, but he could pass the ball too.
Yeah,
and he could play whatever they need him to play, basically.
He's still growing too, so give him another year or two.
No, he did all right during preseason. I mean, summer league. I mean,
yeah, he's too good to be in summer league.
Him and Obi, right?
Yeah, him and Obi.
No points for them. There's like no reason for them to be getting like 30 points every game.
No. All the
playing 40 minutes.
All the second year guys from like this past draft went to summer league and just balled out for no reason.
I think it's just because like they don't know what's going to happen next year with the Knicks because like they have all those guards now. They have Rose, they have Kemba Walker, they have
Fournier.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad they dropped Alfred Payton.
Yeah, it was time for him to go.
Yeah.
I was surprised they ran the whole roster back though. But I mean, it wasn't really much better options on the market. I don't really think so.
Can you repeat that?
I said I was pretty surprised they brought the whole roster back from last year though.
Yeah, no, the whole roster. They literally said run it back.
Indeed, they ran it back.
I mean, how you feel about your team though?
I like this. Everybody doesn't like the moves for some reason, but I like them though.
All right.
Kimba had to go to his knees and he couldn't play back-to-backs for us, and it was messing up the rhythm, so we got him out there and brought back over-reliable Al Horford. My God.
You okay with that?
I love Al, so y'all definitely that's all that.
No.
I was mad he left in the first place.
Yeah, the team I'm really excited about is the Nets. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I mean, I love the villains, the League of Villains.
The League of Villains.
The League of Villains.
Oh, bro.
Like they're the bad guys.
I'm strictly rooting against the Nets. I can't have this.
No, it's just like you have to make KD is the funniest player in the NBA right now.
Nah, KD is hilarious.
The funniest player.
Easily. He be on like a 3-4 year streak of just being like unintentionally funny. KD was in Tokyo in the whole like different time zone. Still find the time to get on Twitter and defend himself.
What got me was that it was that one tweet. It was like, Kyrie need a better team around him. And then KD posted a picture of the guy just sleeping on the air mattress in his living room. I was like, that's ruthless.
My guy got time, bro. He got
too much time, actually. Too much.
Too much time. KD said he gonna find time for the nonsense throughout his day.
And then people just hate Kyrie for no reason.
Yeah, Kyrie's a bad, bro. I mean, he does little annoying things that I can see.
I know, but like, it does not bother anybody.
Yeah, it's not bothering anybody. He just says something. He just talks in circles and that upsets people at times.
Yeah, you just like looking at him like, what this man doing? But then like you go on with your business, like you don't have to interact with him. Like,
and he still hoop too, so
like exactly. Like, if you see like you walk through DC, you see like a homeless man like talking to himself, right? You're not gonna be like,
y'all
like,
go
okay,
y'all let him rock.
Yeah, do you like
Y'all let him go. So when Kyrie get in his little mode and his zone, y'all let him be.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't have to interact with him, man. I mean,
like last year, last year he said he wasn't gonna do no more interviews, and all the media people like threw a one bit tantrum.
Yeah, exactly. Like let him not do interviews. He's not bothering anybody.
Yeah, I don't like him anyway.
Then like people was like, it's his contract.
It is the contract, but
it is, but like it's not your contract.
Exactly.
Like let him be.
Yeah, Kyrie's fine.
Yeah.
It's still public enemy number one in Boston for good reason, but
I forgot he was in Boston for a second.
You were for it.
He said I ain't going nowhere.
Next season. So yeah, change my mind, buddy. But not Kyrie's fine.
That's what I'm cheering for right now.
Cheering for the Knicks.
Yeah, just because like I know everyone else hate them.
So do you want the Lakers to come out the West too, then?
I kind of do, just because like I'm a Melo fan. I like Westbrook. I'm always defending Westbrook.
Right. Y'all be in a group chat arguing about Westbrook. Who was trying to get on BJ to admit he was wrong. He kept changing the subject.
Exactly. Westbrook is a good player. They need to admit that.
He's a good player.
And then like he's entertaining too. I mean,
I'm so mad he got traded from the Wizards before I could get a chance to go see him live.
That is true.
So last year
ticket. Go ahead.
No, I was like, so last year they never opened up the arena to fans until the playoffs, I think. And by that time, I didn't have any money to go to a game.
And like I was at George Mason. I was near, DC, and like whenever like any big name came to DC, like the tickets were just ridiculous. It was like $200 to watch LeBron James from nosebleed.
He was up here during Kobe retirement tour too.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, but I couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
I couldn't afford to be up there. I was there, but I couldn't afford to be.
That was right, because as soon as he announced it, them ticket prices jumped up like the following hour.
Yeah, no.
For that Lakers game.
I wanted to, but that's one thing I want to see. I want to see LeBron James before he leaves.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna try to make that happen this year.
This year?
I think so.
Which game?
Whenever the Lakers come through.
Oh, just like DC?
Yeah.
Okay. I know what's last year or the year before you went to Boston?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. So I was like, where are you gonna go see him at? I mean, we also like it's a small drive, but Charlotte too.
Yeah. What's that like? Maybe 6-hour drive or something?
Something like that, I mean, it's doable. It's like there's not heavy traffic,
No, that's doable.
So like it's a straight drive. Where like you go to like New York or you drive to New York.
Oh, brother. Oh no. Never.
Traffic is dumb.
I never wanted to drive anywhere above Maryland.
Yeah. But yeah, let me know.
Hey, we're gonna get on.
We plan something. Yeah, like if it's like if it's like a weekend game.
Yeah.
I can't go in the middle of the week. But that's when it's affordable.
Yeah, that's the go. Let's go a weekend. I work during the week.
I'm saying like if it's like a Monday night game, that's when it's actually affordable.
Yeah. But y'all boys might get Zion in a couple of years though. The way he's looking at New Orleans. Zion, the only guy who ain't showed up to Summer League, popped up at a Duke event like 2 days ago.
He's not happy right now. I know he's not happy.
His stepdad came out the cut and said he was being coached too hard or something like that.
Wait, what? What did that mean?
I don't know.
I know, but what does that mean, being coached too hard?
I don't know. He said the practices and stuff won't make sense. Zion won't happen.
I know, putting too much pressure on them and just chewing them out. Cause
I guess.
I mean, because to be real, Zion have a lot of things he can fix in his game.
He do.
Yeah, he just he rely on his athleticism a little bit too much.
I think so.
If he actually fixed the little things, he would be a lot better though.
He is there though.
Yeah, I know he's getting there, and it take time, but I don't know.
He need to fix the defense for me.
I haven't really watched much Zion, to be honest.
I watched the decent amount of him. He's really good, but I think defensively he just kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but maybe he just hasn't fully caught up on that end to the lead speed maybe. But
is he that guy they made him out to be in college and before he got drafted? Is he that guy?
I think so.
I
think he's still that guy. I think so.
Okay. Because I know there was all the hype surrounding him, and now it's just he's all-star, but
all-star. He averaged 27 last year. Layups.
I mean, if you can score all layups, that's a good thing,
Exactly.
Yeah. There's a reason why people are behind the arc now.
Exactly. Like when they was trying to say Giannis needed some dribble pull-ups in his game, the jumper.
No, you don't need it if you can get to the hole.
Exactly. It's convenient to have.
It is convenient, but it's easier on the body too.
Exactly. But when 7 feet tall, athletic freak, bigger and stronger than everybody, it's make things easier. So.
But looking at the long term though, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body though. So
Yeah, it does.
And all those hits are going to add up eventually.
Yeah. Shoot, LeBron finally got injured for the first time after 18 years this past season though. Surprising.
Surprising.
He doesn't
need to drop the routine.
He need to drop the routine.
He need to drop the routine.
I don't think we can afford the routine.
I know what. I could be wrong, but I remember him saying he was spending $1 million on rehab and recovery stuff.
I believe it.
No, I believe it too.
Dwayne Wade said his workouts when they was teammates was crazy. He said LeBron was the one that got him and taking care of his body more often and more seriously.
I mean, that's a huge component of it all. It really is. It's taking care of your body, because without health and without being injury free, you can't get better because imagine like every time you get injured, you're going back down. And like you're doing all that workout, all that training, and you're building yourself up, and then you get injured. And you go
and then while you going back down, all your peers that are staying healthy are going back up.
Going up. Yeah.
That's what happened with Derrick Rose. So.
Exactly. I mean, Derrick Rose is still all right, but like he's not what he used to be.
He missed like what 2 years back to back with them injuries.
No, it's like you just going back down the stairs, you know.
Exactly. When you leave as a top dog, then you come back and it's like 3-4 other people who don't.
That's why Kevin Durant is so amazing.
Yo, KD is crazy.
Yeah, cause like that Achilles, like
they said they say the Achilles is the career ender too.
It
that
should
man
be.
Came back and looked better than ever.
Like you couldn't tell. You really could not tell.
You really couldn't.
And then you got someone like Clay, where like he got injured, and then he came right back and got another injury. So we was like, okay, so where are you at now? Like, are you good or?
So you went to school for being like a sports doctor or something like that?
No.
What's your focus?
Kinesiology though. It's like the study of the human, like human body, human movement. The scientific term is the study of human movement. But I just took like a lot of anatomy classes, a lot of physiology classes, stuff like that.
So you know how Clay game is him being able to be in motion a lot, right?
Yeah. He just run around and like
he has to have really good stamina and conditioning.
He's all right.
So after 2 like knee injuries, how do you think that will affect?
I think he's gonna be fine. I think like again, he's more like a set shooter. He runs and like get the ball and shoot. I mean that's fine, but like he's not like Derrick Rose trying to like run 1,000,000 miles per hour at the rim and do like a 360 spin and throw the ball with the left hand. He's not doing that. He just, you got to keep his endurance up and you got to keep his accuracy up. He's not going to be as strong, but if he'd be fine.
Yeah.
From what I believe, he'd be fine.
You think so?
He just need to get back in the rhythm of things.
You think he'll have like an early adjustment period and he'll be fine?
Yeah. Like his game is a lot different from someone like D Rose or Zion, like you said. Like he's more of a set shooter. He don't heavily depend on his athleticism.
I feel but I'm saying you don't think that'll affect his stamina or anything like that?
No, it's going to a little bit. Plus, he's getting older too.
Yeah.
You put all that into account. But like, if he's still shooting the way he's shooting, he'll find his role. He's still gonna be decent.
That's what's really impressive about Steph too. Remember, Steph had the ankle injuries early on in the first couple of years of his career.
That's someone who I would love to see in person because, like, what he do on TV is unrealistic.
Steph, wow, that's a wild boy right there.
Like, I never saw him in person, but like, what I hear is, he's like incredible. Like he's like just so quick. He just zoom across.
Steph get the ball up one part across. Next thing you know, he wide open in the corner for a 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like they say, he just incredibly quick.
He like 33s too, and still like just as good as he ever was.
Yeah, like this year without Clay and without like KD, it was like, is he really that guy? Is he really like? He answered so many questions, and he is that guy.
He is him.
He is that guy. Yeah.
He is him. Sucks they missed the playoffs though, but they're gonna make it this year.
Yeah, I mean, plus it was like that weird playoff play-in thing.
Yeah, the play-in game. Draymond banked in. Missed the floater off the backboard.
Yeah.
Wide open. You got your Draymond out there. Then when he got pressed about it, he was like, "Why would I shoot the ball when I can just pass it to Steph and he can shoot it?"
I mean, that's a very valid point.
It's a valid point, but it's not valid when Steph is getting like triple team as soon as he crosses that court because you refuse to shoot the ball.
No, you're right. It's not really valid. Like you gotta have some trust in yourself. And
in a normal year, it'd be valid.
Yeah, but he be having like triple doubles before only like 10 points.
So man, the results be there. They're gonna be fine this year. Though. I like that rookie they got.
Yeah,
the dude Kuminga, who they gave the disgusting nicknames to.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
They'll be fine. Yeah, no, they're good.
Sure.
The team I really want to destroy are the Hawks.
You want
Trae Young.
You want Trae Young head?
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know. He was just so disrespectful for some reason. Like I don't know why. Like he got to me.
That man shushed the crowd on you.
Mm-hmm. You know, I was talking too. You know, I'm back here in Virginia talking about him.
When they asked you on the side of the street, you was screaming F Trae Young too. Like all the Knicks fans in the video. I thought the Knicks were gonna win that series going that though.
I mean, I did too, but Trae Young was just different. Like,
and then Julius Randle had a really bad series too. So
yeah,
if he just plays average, they probably win, or at least take it to 7.
No, I mean they were just playing harder on him, and he wasn't used to it. You know.
Yeah. But
have you been in the playoffs before? Like, was that his like first time in the playoffs?
Yeah, it was his first time.
First time in the playoffs. He wasn't used to like playoff basketball. You know.
Yeah, especially in the Garden too.
Yeah, especially being that, you know, being the team lead, you know, being the all-star on the team.
Yeah, that's different right there, especially when the games slow down too.
Yeah.
You actually got to go get it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. He was targeted. Yeah. And then there's no scoring around him because it's the Knicks, you know.
That's the Knicks, yeah. There's no scoring by committee after him.
Yeah, exactly.
So ain't nobody else getting hot there, man.
Exactly. Because, like, I mean, how do you feel about RJ Barrett?
I didn't like RJ a lot coming out of college, but I really like him now though.
No, I like him. I like him too. But he just he need to be a more consistent scorer.
Oh yeah, definitely. He still got like some rough tendencies of like he still get tunnel vision. But that's like all stars get that to some extent.
But the sky's the limit for that man. So
yeah, definitely. He made a really big leap this past season from his rookie season.
Exactly. I think it's just like, you know, they got a better coach.
Yeah,
and, you know, a better team in general, you know.
It's all about putting him in the best spots for him to succeed. So I like RJ though. Who else on it? I rock with Todd still. That's my guy for a while.
Gibson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted Todd on the Celtics for the longest, but they just never signed him. And every time Tails pop up with a new job, there he go following him. Him and Derrick Rose. Every time Tails get a new job, him and D Rose right there.
Yep. That's funny though. That's funny how that works, right?
Minnesota, New York. All right, man.
I'm gonna follow my coach.
Follow my guy. And he know they're gonna get. I mean, they know they're gonna get paid too every time he does. So Tails gonna vouch for him. You think Kimber gonna be all right this season with y'all though?
I mean, yeah, like so. I'm guessing they plan on starting Kemba and, like, you know, D Rose gonna come off the bench for him. That's what I'm assuming.
And Kemba and Fournier and D Rose and quickly off the bench. But Kemba probably missed some games to rest his knees, so they still probably get a lot of decent minutes.
I mean, a lot of those players they need rest, you know. Yeah. Kemba and Rose, like so.
So about your hoop career for a minute that you gave up.
It was brief. It was brief. All right.
So how old was you when you started playing at first? I met you when you was like 11. You was already.
Yeah, I was playing like backyard basketball, you know.
Yeah.
So I was out basketball court when I was like 3 years old shooting by myself. Yeah, I mean, this goal was at 10 feet too, and I was just like, you know, taking it, just like launching, like, you know. Go out there every single day. Actually, they used to make fun of me because I used to go out there in jeans.
Yeah, you was out there in jeans too. I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't have that many pair of shorts, you know. Wear what you can.
Yeah, make do. That's how you know you was. That's how you know you was a hooper, though.
Yeah, like thing is, like I was like a backyard court basketball player. Like if I shoot it, it was gonna go in. But then when I finally made it to like a real, like, you know, gym, everything was different.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, the rims are more solid and the ball bounce more. So I really had to like learn how to shoot again.
Right.
From like,
go
ahead.
Now did you see the argument of the hooper versus basketball player today? A couple weeks ago.
A little bit. What was it?
Dude, his point was really the way he was but the point was that a hooper is the dude who goes in the black top, the backyard, and gets his game off. but the basketball players are the ones who can adjust their game in an organized setting.
I mean, if that's how you want to label it,
Yeah,
I mean, but
I said it, and it made sense, but you can't say such and such a pro isn't a hooper, which was the problem.
Organized basketball is completely different from backyard or street basketball, and the way like I grew up, I guess I'm like what you call it, the hooper one, the hooper who's on the blacktop. Yeah, I was that guy back then. So like I used to play with my guys who play organized basketball all their life, and I used to like dog them on a black court or blacktop, whatever. But in a real basketball game, I'm limited.
So explain that adjustment and what's difficult about it, I guess.
I mean, it just like it's hard. It's hard to say. I really can't tell you. I mean, there's like more strategy, and you have an actual coach that's telling you what to do and stuff. So like, you're not just like just going out crossing over and just trying to get rebounds and stuff like. So for my AAU teams, for example, like I'll play better with like just random athletic people and we just run the court. That's fine. But then like when I get on a real like organized basketball team where we have to like pass the ball 4 times before we shoot, that was not my game. And it just it takes you out of your comfort zone, basically.
Yeah, so that's the problem with the guys who like to get all their fancy dribbles and control their own floor of the game. So when they get to the organized setting, they have to play in the confines of the refs, the coach, the system, then they struggle. And that wasn't really and you didn't prefer that. You preferred to just be free.
Like I'm just like I shine because like I was able to get rebounds. I'm like, I'm short. I'm not that short, but like compared to like real basketball players, I'm short. I'm like 5'9".
And you was athletic too.
Yeah, so I was able to jump and run. But thing is like I was limited because if I drop to the hole, there's like 3 guys right there, like 2 times my size, and like I'll have to pass it out, and it's up to my teammates to like try to read me. Like what I'm gonna do, so I have to pass the ball to my teammate.
Yeah.
So like you have it's like chemistry aspect of it too. I have like other like hoopers on the team with me. Then we know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna run and we're gonna jump.
Right.
It's better.
I feel you. So what level did you? So you didn't make the roster. You quit after JV.
I got offered to be on varsity, but I was doing better in track anyways.
Yeah. So what was funner, AAU or school ball?
AAU is more fun.
And why is that?
AAU is more fun because it's like everything beside the basketball aspect of it. You're staying overnight in a hotel with your friends. After the game, you get like 3-4 hours to hang out with your friends, just goof off, do dumb stuff, chase girls, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then at school basketball, you dress up, you go to school, you have your team meeting, you eat dinner, you play the game, and you right back at home.
Yeah.
So AAU, you're allowed to explore more, have more fun, travel, laugh.
Gotcha.
You're not in school, you don't have the restrictions on you.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about your grades and stuff like that.
I mean, not just your grades, but like, you just like school rules, no cursing, no whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like AAU, you have more freedom, like you just outside hanging out with your friends,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about when people say AAU is kind of getting bad for the youth these days, I guess?
I mean, like for example, like I coach track, right? So AAU track is growing up, like it's growing in the area that we were in. And now we have athletes who are trying to skip our practice to go to AAU track practice. And athletes don't need 4 or 5 different coaches because like it kind of messes with their game. Like it's like, so I have to go out and I have to reach out to the AAU coaches and like, what are you telling the athletes? What are you teaching them? Just so we be on the same page, so like we don't step on each other's toes or we contradict each other. So we have to make sure we like coaching and teaching the same thing. Like we got to make sure our curriculum is overlapping. So that's my main issue. You just got to communicate. But like AAU coaches, they trying to steal your athletes away, and it's just like I'm okay with sharing it, but let's just be on the same page here.
Yeah, so you programming one thing in their mind, and then they go to AAU practice over the weekend, and that was a whole different thing that you gotta attempt to get reset weekly or whatever.
And then I like to coach by like the book. I like the science behind everything. Like I have my degree in kinesiology and everything, and these kids are tearing their bodies up because they have no recovery days, no rest. Like rest is a huge component. I don't know if you heard the theory of super compensation, but basically every time you work out, you're causing damage to your muscles. And your muscles, like when it rests, it recovers and build up stronger and stronger. But if you don't get that recovery, that rest, you're gonna keep like just breaking your muscles down farther and farther. And then it's just gonna take longer time to recover. And it just mess with your whole training cycle.
Makes sense. Which goes back to what you said earlier. And then when you have to miss days to recover from the injuries you get, now you're setting yourself back.
Exactly. So it's all about communication. And AAU coaches, like, they have to bring in their athletes because they get paid out of pocket.
Yeah.
Where like I get contracted by the school. Where like, I don't have to go out there and recruit as hard as AAU coaches.
Yeah.
So just like personal training, you have to go out there and find your clientele. AAU coaches have to go out there and find their players and stuff. So I don't know how it works for like, the big AAU teams, but like, who like constantly get athletes in and out. But I know for like the smaller aspect, you have to go out there and you have to recruit.
Yeah. I do wonder how the big ones do it too. But the big AAU parties are funded by like Nike and Adidas and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they have like, rich parents and stuff too,
Yeah. So they can afford to get on planes and then maybe go find the kids in other areas and bring them back to their county, city, or whatever to play.
I grew up a little broke, so like I didn't join one AAU team because they have to pay $200 to play. And I like my mom don't have that, and I'm not gonna like, you know what I'm saying? So I joined the team that would cost $50.
Shoot, I feel you.
Exactly.
But you already know the big caliber athletes, the guys who go under D1. Somebody probably they get their thing covered automatically anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. They also have the better coaches too, who actually understand like they need recovery and everything, and they step back during like the school year.
Yeah.
Pick them up as soon as the school year finish, because school ball is from November to February.
Yeah.
That 3 months, they could wait.
Exactly.
But, track and field is all year.
Yeah, but you got indoor and outdoor.
Indoor, outdoor, and then AAU and summer track.
Yeah.
It's literally all year. Yeah. So like AAU coaches are trying to take them all year.
Yeah. So they got really work to still instill them rest days in the kids for that aspect.
Yeah.
So when you switch from basketball and decided to go track full time, what was that like? What was you thinking during that period?
So to be real, I just wasn't really liking basketball at the time because we were on like a decent school team, but like the coach was like playing favoritism to the kids who have height. And again, I was like 5'5", 5'6" at the time. And then after I broke my ankle, I went up to try to block a guy's shot and I came down wrong. And I broke my ankle. So after that, my coach, he didn't really talk to me after that. And then the track coach was like, "What are you doing nothing? Why are you just sitting there? Let's do some rehab. Let me get you ready for states in track." I was like, okay, that makes sense. So I started doing like rehab with the coach. And then that year we ended up winning states indoor and outdoor. So I was on a basketball team where like one coach was like, "Oh, if I can't use you, I'm not really going to talk to you." Then I had a track coach who was like, "I want to bring everything out of you. I want you to win.
Yeah.
I want you to do great." So that's kind of what happened. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with track." The following year, like, why am I playing basketball when the coach don't really care? Because when I was injured, he didn't talk to me.
Yeah. Opposed to the track coach who took you to rehab and physical therapy and your
Yeah.
workouts and stuff like that. So
Yeah, exactly. And then like, that following year, that's when I became like that guy in track. I started like, winning all the events, started getting the medals, made a name for myself.
Words. What was your best events? The 400, 200?
No, my best event actually was the triple jump.
The triple jump, right? Even back then?
Yeah, so I started off being the 400 runner. Yeah, that was my thing. But then we ended up graduating 12 seniors that won state championships like the following year. So after we graduated then, it was like, I need you to try some triple jump or long jumps to get more points. I went out there and triple jump, and I didn't jump anything that far. I jumped like 38 feet. But like we had guys on the team who jumped like 42 feet, which is still like a little bit better, but still not that good. And they started like, making fun of me, talking trash to me. I have that competitor mindset. And I was like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. So I went outside every day for the following like 2-3 weeks. And I practiced by myself every single day. And then the next track meet, I went out and jumped like 44 feet. And yeah, and triple jump was my event after that.
It was on.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. Like they started talking trash to me. I was like, I'm not having that. I grew up watching like Usain Bolt, Muhammad Ali, Dwayne Rock Johnson. I was like, I'm gonna talk my smack, and you ain't gonna beat me.
Yeah, the Rock name drop is the funniest one.
It was like the Rock is based off Muhammad Ali. He talked the smack too.
I don't know. It's just funny. But that's dope, bro. And you jumped and ran track all through high school, and went to Mason.
Yep.
So how was the transition from high school track to collegiate track?
Oh, completely different. Completely different. So high school track, it was kind of like, you just go out there and you just have fun. You joking and like our workouts wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
Like I never actually did like real jumping drills or anything I actually did in college. Like college was a complete transition for me. But then like all my other teammates, like they knew what they were expecting. They knew what was happening because they did that in their high school program. But they said, us country boys, we don't do that. No, like really, like we just go out and run. Yeah. There was like no science behind anything, really. We just go out there and we compete. Wow, then like, so joining like a real program and getting like real training, it kind of really like threw me off a little bit. Like my coach was like rough on me because like he had to go back and like teach me more things and he had to teach other people because like I didn't learn them. So
and we come from the small county too. We exactly. They have all the high tech facilities and training like the knowledge that the big program will have.
No, literally we just compete. That's
yeah.
So then my freshman year, like I got chewed out a lot, like I said. And then eventually like I started like decreasing in performance wise. Like I wasn't getting better. And then one day like everything just clicked for me. And like I started PRing, getting personal records like every event, every track meet, So I became better.
And it's still the freshman year?
Yeah, my freshman year, yeah.
Okay.
And I end up getting like at my conference championship my freshman year, I ended up getting like second. No, I got third in long jump, third in triple jump, and seventh place in high jump. So
at the whole nation, the conference.
Yeah, right? My conference. We were in the A10s. Yeah. So yeah. And then my sophomore year, I came back and I was a lot better. Like I was like top dog in both long and triple jump. And then I end up breaking my back actually my sophomore year. I told you about that. Yeah. Yeah, my back hanging on by a string. So basically how that happened was I was at my conference championship. I was predicted to win. I end up long jumping. And on my first attempt, I ended up over rotating and landed straight on my butt. And then I ended up unknowingly breaking my back. So I broke my back, but I kept competing. Yeah. I didn't know it was broken, So then I was in second place the entire time in the competition because I was like jumping hurt.
Yeah.
And so then on my last attempt, I was like, forget it. I'm going for it. So I ran full speed. I had the jump of my life, and then my hamstring pulled,
Oof.
and then I just literally like fell straight on my face and just rolled out the pit. Like the momentum threw me out the pit.
Yeah.
And then thing is with that jump still put me in like second place. And I landed on my face and I rolled out the pit. I didn't finish the jump. So that was the jump that got away.
That's crazy.
So then after that, I came back outdoor and won the long and triple jump.
Still on a bad back.
On a bad back, on no workouts. Literally, I was injured the entire like outdoor track season, and I just came back and I competed and I won. Yeah, just because I was like healthy enough.
You was healthy enough. You ain't think to attempt to sit out the season, or you ain't try to redshirt?
I did. My coaches like actually like kind of bullied me into competing.
I remember you saying something about that.
Like they kind of pushed me and forced me to compete. Like they used that they try to like, oh, if you don't compete, we ain't gonna win the track meet. You letting your teammate down. They try to guilt me into competing. And I'm young. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna compete. And I asked for a red shirt, but they told me no. So I went out there and I competed anyways, and I ended up winning the long and triple jump. But after I won the event, I ended up injuring myself again right after, like during competition, because I wasn't ready to be back.
Yeah.
So then, like the rest of my track career, I was just injured the entire time because
the last 2 years.
Yeah, just back issue, hamstring issues.
So how much were you able to compete at your fullest potential those last 2 years?
Oh, at my fullest potential?
Yeah.
None. But how much did I like? I didn't really practice much either.
Yeah.
I would just come out like at conference and like go out there and win conference. Half injured.
Still going.
Half injured. Mind not right because I'm injured. Like, it's mentally like frustrating. So that's the thing. I won 4 conference titles and made it to like, the NCAA region tournament and everything. Injured. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So that's with so pretty much like I have arthritis in my back now because of like that injury back then. Yeah. So I'm too young for arthritis.
Way too young.
Way too young for arthritis.
So did the full extent of your injury get diagnosed back then, or was that?
No, I didn't. I just got diagnosed like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been out of college for a few years now.
Good Lord.
I haven't competed in forever. No, like literally, like because like when I got injured, my hamstring was the main issue because I couldn't walk. No one was thinking about my back because I couldn't walk because of my hamstring. So I did a lot of hamstring rehab. I went to a chiropractor, which probably wasn't the best thing for me. I shouldn't be getting cracked and manipulated like that. Knowing I have a broken back, but like that's who they sent me to.
Yeah.
So but then like my back kept getting injured, and they're just like, oh, because you have tight muscles, oh, because your hamstring tight, oh, because your hips are not flexible. Then like years later, I was like, let me go to a doctor because I'm still having pain. And then the doctor was like, let me get an x-ray. And they're like, yeah, your back is jacked up. You have a crack here. Your rib is dislocated here. You have this going on over here on your SI joint. So like my body was just messed up completely. And I was like, you solved that issue for me in like 20 minutes. But I had like all the athletic trainers and all the coaches looking at me, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They told me I have tight muscles.
None of the athletic trainers ever thought to send you for an MRI or an X-ray or anything?
No, that's the thing, because athletic trainers, like they don't get along with doctors that much or that well, at least from my experience, because like, they like, it's like, oh, you think you're better than me type deal. Or athletic trainers, like, it's just a 9-to-5 job for them.
Yeah.
They don't realize they're messing with people's lives,
Definitely.
And then sometimes, the doctors are, like, they think they know everything too. So
so that's naturally that they butt heads on all that.
Yeah. So like instead of like taking a step back and just like, hey, let me figure out what's really going on here, or let's work together and let's collaborate. They then are just trying to diagnose you off just like a 20-second look.
Oh man, that's
Like
tough.
you don't have X-ray vision. You can't tell me what's inside my body.
Exactly. That was about how you walk in with a back brace like 25.
Exactly. So like that's the main issue. Like, I have a lot of coworkers. They're like, "Why don't you sue?"
You
I
could.
should. I should, but
You definitely will have a case.
yeah, but that's what happened. Like I competed like 2 years. I did well enough. So that's the thing though. I was competing and I was winning,
Yeah.
injured. So they were just like, "Oh, you're not really hurt because
I can see that.
because you're winning. You're just crying, or you just you're just complaining. You're looking for something to complain about. You're a locker room lawyer." But then go to a real doctor and they're like, "Yeah, your back is broken." I'm like, "I told you so. I can feel what's inside my body."
Yeah. That's crazy. But when the athletes be trying to sit out because they claim they hurt, then that's when the criticism from
they try to guilt you into it. They're like, "Oh, you're not working hard enough. You're not destroying yourself because you want to make a little paycheck." You know all that about the mental healthness and mental health issues and stuff like Simone Biles and Naomi and all that. Like that's real.
Definitely.
Yeah, like people think it's a game, but like no, like
especially in with gymnastics.
Yeah,
where
you had the twisties.
Exactly, where you gotta where you required to be on the a great plane mentally because like one wrong twitch and you might come down wrong. That'd be like 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's just a huge mental component. Like, see, I went to a sports psychologist one time though, but it didn't work well for me because I told the lady like my story and everything. I was like, I don't feel safe. I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself again. And she was like, "Oh, it sounds like you're scared."
Okay.
And I was just like, no. Years later, my back is broken.
Speaking of sports psychology, do you think Ben Simmons needs to see a sports
psychologist?
Sorry,
Brian just walked in.
Of course.
Give me 1 second. Give me like 1 second real quick.
All right. This guy.
Yeah. Anyway, Ben Simmons.
I said, do you think Ben Simmons needs to see a sports psychologist to get to the
100%,
root of why he refused to shoot the basketball?
You need to talk to somebody, but you need to find the right guy or the right woman to talk to. Like, you just can't go to anybody. You have to go to someone who like truly understands you and not just out there to make a paycheck.
Yeah.
That's the issue because like if you go out there with someone who's trying to make a paycheck, they're just gonna rush you back out there and tell you like, you got a champ.
You got a champ. But he's not injured or anything. He just needs to.
No, I know he's not
shoot
injured.
A jumper. I know, but yeah.
I know, but like, they're not gonna give you real advice. Like you need to find someone who truly understands you, who really cares about your well-being.
They're gonna be like, bro, just shoot it.
Yeah.
Instead of back out there. Speaking of mental
health,
you
make more money if you shoot it.
Right? Speaking of mental health, the Shikari joint. So why exactly is weed a banned substance for track?
Why?
Yeah.
Because of the same reason why it's a banned substance for like everything else in the world, it's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah, I mean, so we could get political, but I'm pretty sure that's not the scope of this
we don't have time. Podcast. We don't have time for that. We'll be here all day.
Yeah. No, it's a political thing, It's banned because,
Didn't they say marijuana's like a masking substance for other drugs or something? Is that true?
No, something dumb,
Something dumb, okay.
but yeah, nah, so the thing was kind of BS, but like at the same time she knew, but like it's BS. And she about to run next week, so
Yeah, so what tournament is actually running that next week?
It's not a tournament, it's Diamond League, so it's like professional track, I can't really explain it. They just have like competitions like all over Europe and stuff, Yeah.
So are these like paid events, or do they still mostly get paid off sponsorship?
You get paid if you win.
If you win, okay.
I don't know the whole aspect of Diamond League, because like who actually knows track and field. But I think you get paid if you win your event. See, these guys they get paid off of like endorsements and stuff. That's how they make all their money. Like for like wearing all the Nike products, the Nike spikes, and that's where they get their money from. And then like they get small awards that like they win competitions. So
then the more you win, the more commercials and sponsorships and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So like let's say I think she win a race or something, she get like 10,000 or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad, but like for the people who keep getting 8th place, what do you get?
Pat on the back. I'll see you next year, champ.
Again, like I don't know how accurate what I'm saying is, but like that's how the system works.
Yeah.
So
speaking of Olympics, right? So what's the state of America's national team?
Our national team, I mean, we doing all right. We're just young guys now. Like people our age, like 24, 25, finally stepping up. Like Grant Holloway and Noah Lyles, like the two guys. Like Noah Lyles is like the 200 meter dash runner.
Mm-hmm.
And Grant Holloway, he broke the world record in the hurdles. They from Virginia. Like,
word.
I used to see them in track meets.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, like they're a little bit younger than me. Like I used to see them. Like, so they doing well. They doing all right. And then we have Arion Knighton, I believe his name is. He's a 17-year-old kid. Broke Usain Bolt U20 record.
Oof.
He's doing all right.
But he on the come up there.
He's gonna come. He placed top 8 in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He's 17.
That's not bad. So by the time he what's next? Let me come around 17. So that was like he's 21.
Yeah, no. I mean, he's still growing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's still developing.
He's a kid exactly. Still, so
he's a high school kid at that.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So are we on pace to beat the Jamaicans in any of the next 2 Olympics?
In what event? What are you trying to say? The short sprints?
In the sprints, yeah.
I mean, guys, girls, who knows right now?
Nah, them girls look ready.
You saw what I saw.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
One day, them girls was crazy.
Yeah, you saw what I saw. So
they cut different.
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know about the women, but all we can do is cheer them on.
But the
guys were straight.
The guys straight.
Yeah, guys were straight. For right now, the girls, the hurdles in the 400 meter dash and 800, like that's where like the girls track is actually like, or women track is actually going off.
Yeah.
Like, those are the events you need to watch and pay attention to. Like Cindy McLaughlin broke the 400 meter hurdle record.
Mm-hmm.
She the truth.
She the truth.
She the truth.
That's what's up. And pivot back to who's that what grade that little girl around the way is in this year? 11? The Olivia girl?
Yeah, Olivia McGee. Yeah, she's in 11th grade.
Olivia's in like 10th grade this year, right? 11th.
She's in 11th grade, yeah.
So she a hooper too.
No, yeah. She's
definitely gonna hit her before she get too famous. Shoot her an email, be like, hey, trying to interview.
You should get her.
I'm gonna try. Before she gets too famous.
Yeah, she's a nice person.
I hit her on Twitter one day. I was like, "You hooping? Keep it up." She said, "Thank you," and she followed me. So that's step 1. But
I can't say too much.
Yeah, I feel you. But let's close this. So to end every episode of the pod, I do a top 5 segment where I take the guests and ask them a handful of questions specifically for them.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
All right. First, the generic basketball question. Just your 5 favorite players.
My 5 favorite players. Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Carmelo, Emmanuel Quickly, Russell Westbrook.
Nice. Had to give Quickly some love. All right. And
yes, of course.
Another sports question. Let me get your top 5 GOAT athletes.
GOAT athletes? Sports.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Oof.
Yeah. LeBron James, Tom Brady, Usain Bolt, Serena Williams, and Probably Muhammad Ali.
Probably Muhammad.
Yeah, I need to write that down.
The goat of all goats. But next question. You Cold World, Big Dreamville. Tell me your 5 favorite Cold songs.
5 favorite Cold songs. That's a tough one. Lights Please is my number 1.
Yeah.
No Role Models. I really rocking with Applying Pressure right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to stay in my top 5. It's just hot right now. Power Trip and Wet Dreams, probably.
You will have Wet Dreams in the top 5.
I have 3 of the top 5.
Yeah, so you will have Wet Dreams in the top 5.
I mean, I'm trying to think, man, but I'm saying like in 5 years from now, what J. Cole song are we still gonna be playing? So,
I heard you. And last question, let's get the nerd question in here. Let me top 5 favorite anime.
Okay, Naruto's number 1.
Oh.
That's you said what?
No, I'm not playing.
Okay.
Naruto's
number 1. Dragon Ball Z is number 2. Just because, there's no anime without Dragon Ball Z.
That's the day 1.
Yeah. That's like, the Michael Jordan of Dragon Ball. But, Naruto's LeBron James, but we're going to get in that conversation. Death Note. Trying to think of 2 more. This is difficult. Thing is, I have an anime club, so this is
really.
Yeah, I have an anime club.
Yeah,
I can't think of the other 2 right now. I just know those are top 3. Haiku is honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, that's a volleyball anime.
Yeah, I love some Haiku. I'm gonna give it a try one of these days.
Yeah, no, it's worth it.
I keep hearing everybody say that.
And then I'm trying to think of number 5. I do not want to say My Hero Academia, but My Hero is up there, but I don't think it's top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, I have to go with just those 4.
All right, I'm gonna let it slide.
Well, but my anime club, the 2 favorite out of my students who ask me all what their favorite animes, it's My Hero Academia and Black Butler for some reason.
I can see that.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard people say they like
it. Out of everything.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Butler.
You'd be surprised. It's some. It has a fan base.
Yeah,
surprising.
I mean, I try to watch it and people are just, it's not for me.
It's not.
Someone they're sexualizing the devil or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. That's not my thing either.
Yeah.
Well, all right, brother. I appreciate you coming on here.
All right, no problem, man.
You had a good time. Walking back anytime. All right, you too. Appreciate it.
Be back in DC sometime soon.
Yeah, make it my day off, please.
That's up to you, man.
Yeah. Okay.